If you're using our clip-on mirror monitor, the clip-on mirror monitor's got two brackets at the top that don't move, and then you've got two lower brackets that do move. They've got spring-loaded clips. So to put it on, just pull those spring-loaded clips down, place it over, and away you go. So again, with all our monitors, you have a short fly lead, and that goes up behind the head lining and connects onto the wiring harness. And if you ever wanted to take it off, you sort of hold it from the bottom, push upwards and peel forwards, and then you'd obviously disconnect it at the little 8mm disconnect point. On later models, Citroen Relays, Peugeot Boxers and Fiat Ducatos, you'll have what looks like a little metal button bonded to the windscreen. That's your windscreen button. We have a piece that basically will attach onto this, and it actually converts it into the same shape as a Ford stub, windscreen stub. So here's one I made earlier. I placed a bracket on already, so this is actually the Ford bracket. I always place them on the top 4 out of the 6 screws, just because that drops the height of the monitor down slightly. So we then slide on this monitor with its bracket and then tilt it upwards. You'll notice there's a little screw at the base of the bracket. Simply tighten it up. This is to stop the monitor coming off. You'll find this little wire. This will be connected to the longer wire that runs down to your power supply and your camera input, but that just pops up behind the head lining. So we'll just have a look at what the wiring harness looks like after that disconnect point. So that's the monitor. That's that small 8mm disconnect point we saw earlier. This goes along a fairly long cable, enough to take you around the side pillars, or across the ceiling head lining, round the side, down the side pillars, into your dashboard area usually. You've got the 2 inputs, so you'll see both are being used up by the twin camera. You've got the power. Now the power goes to a little socket, and any number of attachments can go into that. As standard, this always gets supplied. So this is the converts just to a plain red and black cable, but you can order, these are optional extras, but you can order the lighter plug. You can order one of the standard micro or mini piggyback fuse holders, otherwise known as fuse taps, and they still have the same plug that goes into that socket, but they have the little fuse tap and a chassis terminal added. So the two sockets, the 2 channels, they run back. This is on 10mm, so the 10mm converts down to one single cable. Other lengths may have a slightly different layout, and that basically just plugs onto the one connector coming from the brake light, the twin brake light camera, which obviously has those 2 cameras. They've got their little covers on at the moment to protect them. So this is the standard brake light screw from a front version that you'll be removing from your van. So this has got 6 little clips. So you see one here, one here, one here, and there's one up here, there and there. So we'll take these off and then we'll transplant this into the new camera. There we are. It was 4 little bulbs inside. So this unit will then fit in to the brake light housing. So the brake light housing's got the same 3 clips on the top, 3 clips on the bottom, and away we go. So on the twin lens camera, you've got your parking camera down here that's got the infrared LEDs, and you've got the rear view driving camera at the top here. It doesn't have infrared LEDs because IR LEDs only work to a certain amount of meters anyway. These are actually adjustable, so on a friction lock, so you push them fairly tight. This one's got 3 adjustments. We recommend it's pushed up as far as it will go, so it looks like that, but there is an adjustment down if you desired, but as I say, you get the best image when it's up to the top.